Good evening, fuckers. Now, following on from my last video showing the joys of Orthrus hunting, I received a couple of private messages asking me how to go about getting the Caustic sink launcher. In fact, I was asked to do a video showing it, and like all such requests, I pretty much ignored them. But then I thought about it. Yeah, there is a way I can do it. Sort of. So, how do you unlock the Caustic sink launchers? Let's find out. I've got to stop doing that. Fucking doing my arthritis no fucking favours. So let's start by taking a look at what materials you actually need. So we're on Inara, and yeah, here's the Caustic sink launcher. Now, two of them are really easy to get. Galvanizing alloys. Basically, you go to any extraction site, and in no time, after taking out a few ships, you've got plenty of these. You only need 10. Yeah, no problem. The other easy one is the chemical storage units. Now, granted, you don't get this actually dropped by any ships very often, but chemical processors and chemical distilleries are dropped quite often, again, especially in extraction sites. So you can then take those to a material trader, trade them down, because chemical storage units are only grade 1. So yeah, trade them down, you'll have 15 of these things in no time at all. So yeah, those are easy to get. The others are not easy to get, not least because there aren't very many places where you can get them. In fact, there's only 8. So the caustic shard, of the remaining materials, this is the next easiest one to find. And yeah, they're in maelstroms. There's no getting away from it. That is where you have to go to get these things. The other are the corrosive mechanisms. Again, you have to go to a maelstrom. And then the final thing you need is the commodity, which is the caustic tissue sample. As the name rather suggests, yes, you've got to go to a maelstrom to get those as well. And they are the most difficult of all of the materials, stroke commodities, that you need to unlock this thing. But yeah, those are the materials and the commodity that you need. Yeah, okay, if you see the time, it has been a little while since I did that intro, but the World Snooker's on, so, you know, fucking sue me. Right, so we now know what we need, and we've got a pretty good idea of where to go to get it. Yeah, there are only 8 places in the entire galaxy where you can get the last 2 materials and the commodity that you need. So I will be going here because yeah, you have to get them from a maelstrom. There is nowhere else. You've got to go there. And I always come to this one. This is Maelstrom Tyrannus. The reason I always come here is because Maelstroms are always orbiting ammonia worlds. And the ammonia world for this system is nice and close. It says I have not mapped this planet. In fact, I have. I've also mapped this one, and I've scanned all of the organic data on there. But there you go. So, course laid in, it is one jump. Now, after struggle with heading to the Sargoid Maelstroms is actually getting there, you are almost certainly going to be pulled out of hyperspace, and it is very likely that you'll be interdicted at least once while you are in the Maelstrom system itself. But anyway, we'll give it a go. So, as you can clearly see, my Maelstrom research ship is an Imperial cutter. The reason being, I can fit so much armour on this thing. The Sargoid Maelstrom is extremely caustic. It's the highest rate of caustic damage that you can get, and you get it just from flying around. So let's head in, or at least we'll try to head in. So we will almost certainly be pulled out of height space.
Good luck, and flight safely, Commander.
But yes, even though I'm heading here with a caustic sink launcher fitted, yeah, I'm still likely to be taking quite a bit of caustic damage, as indeed will anybody entering this thing. Well, what a fucking shock. There are no words in the English language that come close to describing how fucking sick I am of being pulled out of hyperspace. Especially when it then puts me absolutely nowhere fucking near the trajectory I need when it comes to jumping. Now, at least in this thing, I can boost at a reasonable rate. Also just realised I've forgotten my limpets, but I can sort of get away with it because I'm just doing like a demonstration as to where and how to find the things we need. Anyway, we can now jump. So don't do what I did. Don't forget your fucking limpets. It's only complete fucking dickwads are going to do that. So obviously we will arrive here at this time. Here we go. So just like HIP 22460, this environment is extremely hazardous, and any Guardian modules will be starting to take damage. So we'll target Maelstrom Tyrannus and hope like fuck that we can actually make it without being interdicted en route. So you do really want to throttle down to 75% as late as possible. Now the other thing is, when you've got the Maelstrom targeted, it doesn't, if it's behind the planet, it doesn't come up as the dotted line. So you really don't know until you get like quite close to it if it is, yeah, okay, so it is here, and you do have to get pretty close to the thing before you get the message saying that you can safely drop out of it, or drop out of Super Cruise. So you can see the Maelstrom coming straight for us. And it's only when you get 200 kilometers away can you then drop out. There we go. Now I just realised actually there's something else I wanted to do while I was here. Well, I can do it still, but it's got a bit more risk attached to it than I thought. Anyway, here we are. Now, a lot of players will straight away start making a beeline for the centre of the maelstrom. I don't advise doing that, because that's when you start taking caustic damage. You don't want to be doing that straight off the bat. You know, you want to delay that happening for as long as possible. The other thing is, as you can see, the cloud is very dense, so sometimes using the old night vision is rather handy. So as you make your way in, rather slowly, you start to see these things. You can see them just in the distance. They are caustic generators. Now, another reason why I tend to hang around the edge is that the caustic generators do move around. And they move around by a mixture of their own propulsion, because they can move about, and they do move about, but also as a result of the rather large amount of buffeting that you get while you are inside the cloud itself. You can see clearly that there is a Thargoid interceptor checking things out there. I'd rather get away from him. I am not very well equipped to take on. I mean, all right, it's a Cyclops, but even so, I'd rather not deal with them. Anyway, get back to my point with these caustic generators. Yeah, as they move about, they will move further and further towards the edge of the cloud, meaning that you can then interact with them and you know, without taking quite so much caustic damage. Now, why would you want to do that, you may wonder? Well, one of the materials you need is corrosive mechanisms, and hopefully I am in range. No, I am still too far away. But the way to get the corrosive mechanisms, you get them from the caustic generators. You have to destroy said caustic generator. Even with a night vision, I can barely fucking see this thing. I'm still not close enough. Beam lasers have a range of 6 kilometers. It looks like it's in range, but clearly it ain't. There we go. So that's the generator destroyed, and there you go. We've got 2 corrosive mechanisms that have been dropped as a result of that. Now, because of the amount of buffeting and what have you within the cloud, you really do need to use collector limpets to pick them up. Trying to pick them up manually, yeah, forget it. So we're now starting to see more of these things. Now, I can't pick any of them up because I've already maxed on the things. You can only have 200, and yeah, 200 is how many I've got. Let's get away from the clouds there. So that's how you get the old corrosive mechanisms. Now, the other materials from within here that you need are the caustic shards. And those things are basically just floating around within the cloud. So you just fly about until you find some. We don't have any in range yet. And as well as the corrosive shards, there's a much rarer material. Not caustic shards, sorry. But as well as the caustic shards, there is the much rarer caustic crystal. Now, if I find any of those, I am going to be a bit pissed off because I can't pick them up. I mean, I could have a try at picking them up manually, but yeah. Not found any yet. I suppose it doesn't help that I am really still hanging around the edge. So I think you need, I'm saying I think, I mean, I showed you not that long ago the quantities that you need of these things. But I think you need 15 caustic shards and 10 corrosive mechanisms. It's not a lot, but it is worth grabbing a few more, because you also need those if you want to synthesize extra ammo for your caustic sink launcher. And I dare say there will be occasions when you need that. In fact, I know there will be occasions where you need that. I can't believe I've not seen a single caustic shard yet. Believe me, they are out here. And it is, say, it is quite literally just a case of flying around, and eventually you will find them. There is one other material that you can get from the Maelstrom. You don't need it for the caustic shard launcher, but I very much suspect, there we go, there's a caustic shard there. So yeah, all you do is fly towards it, get your collector limpet to pick it up. It is as simple as that. But yeah, there is another material, and that is, we've got another one now. Where are we? There it is. Massive energy surge analytics. Now obviously you need to be flying towards the centre, and then when the energy pulse comes along, when it hits you, providing your ship doesn't get shut down, you'll pick up one. It is only the one, but yeah, you'll get it. And we're going to be getting the enhanced shutdown field neutralizer, probably for update 15, which will allow us to pass through this huge pulse, and we get to see what's in the centre of the Maelstrom with any luck. But I am pretty certain that you are going to need some of these massive energy surge analytics in order to do that. You know, it's about to unlock the thing. So if I were you, I would definitely start collecting those sooner rather than later. So that's how you get all of the materials within the Thargoid Maelstrom. So we'll recap. The caustic shards you get just from flying around, you will eventually find them. Same with the much rarer caustic crystals, though you don't need those for unlocking the caustic sink launcher. For the corrosive mechanisms, you destroy these Thargoid generators, and they will drop one or two of them. And the other material that you can get from here, though you don't need it for the caustic sink launcher, is the massive energy surge analytics. But I've forgotten one. Well, no, I haven't forgotten one, I just haven't mentioned it yet. What about the commodity that you need? The Yes, the caustic tissue sample. Well, I'm sure it will come as no surprise. That is the most difficult of all the parts that you need. That is the most difficult one to get. And I'm not going to show you how to get it, because you do need some sort of challenge, and you do need to actually be able to find something out for yourself. So I will give you some hints. You can see where to get them on your screen now. And well, you would need limpets, so I couldn't get one now even if I wanted to. And as opposed to when it comes to claiming the materials, here you will need limpets to get the tissue samples. You cannot get them without using limpets. You also got to be pretty fucking careful, because I mean, you've seen the Thargoids interceptors flying around here. They really do not like seeing limpets flying around within the maelstrom here. I mean, if you are just flying about as I am now, maybe not so much these days, but certainly when the maelstroms first appeared, they would quite happily ignore you. Once you fire some limpets, yeah, they are not so okay about ignoring you. They will want to, yeah, they'll be wanting to check you out, and they'll want to know what the fuck you're doing in here. And the chances are they're not going to like what you're doing. And yeah, that's when you got to get the fuck away. Because even though it's only a Cyclops, yeah, with this ship, I've got dual enhanced AX multi-cannons and dual AX missiles. Yeah, I mean, those weapons are enough to take out a Cyclops, but I don't possess the ability to do so. Yeah, to put it mildly, not with these weapons. If I had Guardian weapons, no problem, but yeah, you are not taking Guardian weapons here, because yeah, they are rendered inoperative before you even arrive. Right, well, I've got 7 caustic sink launchers. Let's head towards the centre, see if I can get a massive energy surge analytic, whatever the fucking singular of those things are. So I'm starting to get caustic damage. Not a big surprise. Right, so caustic sink launcher is right there. That is the cloud centre. Caustic shards, caustic generator. That caustic generator was close. Yeah, that didn't do me too many favours. So, as you saw, they will shut your thrusters down and leave you stuck there. That's me not really paying much attention. Keep making our way. There's a caustic crystal. If I had a collector limpet, I'd go after it, but yeah, I don't. So we're getting closer. What's the next? There we go. So we're close enough. So there's the pulse. Do the field neutralizer. It's hit us. Now, you can't avoid those, yeah, the things sort of like, you know, hitting you that hard and pushing you away. There's nothing you can do to stop that, or at least certainly not yet. But if you use the field neutralizer, your ship doesn't get shut down. If you don't bother using it, yeah, it will shut your ship down. And if your ship does get shut down, there's another fucking caustic generator goes off. But yeah, if your ship does get shut down, there is a good chance, it's a very good chance, that you will not be able to get the data, yeah, the massive surge data there. I think we are certainly safe enough now. Is that caustic link sorted out? We're out of mouse log as well, which is handy. But that is it. Seems quite simple, doesn't it? Well, like I say, yeah, getting the materials, yeah, they are simple. Getting the caustic tissue sample, the commodity, yeah, that's not so simple. Now, you can, as I say, find out for yourself how to do it, and I do recommend doing that. You know, you need something in the game. You know, you need the satisfaction of finding out for yourself how to, you know, do something, you know, particular like that. Oh, this is behind the fucking planet. This means I'll probably get fucking interdicted now. Well, let's see what happens. I don't need the night vision on. Yeah, so, you know, don't moan like fuck. Well, I no, what I say, of course you're all going to moan like fuck because I didn't show it, but, you know, if you're that desperate to, you know, avoid having to actually try and figure something out within the game yourself, then I'm sure there are other guides on YouTube that will tell you exactly what to do. But yeah, have a go at actually figuring it out yourself. You'll get a lot of satisfaction out of doing it because, like I say, it's not simple. Even if you know what you're doing, it is not simple. And initially it's not very intuitive, but then once you start doing it, it does make a lot of sense. And yeah, once you have figured it out, you only need to get 5. It's not that difficult. Of course, if you really want to cut corners, because it's a commodity, you can buy it from fleet carriers. There are not very many carriers that have them. Those carriers that do have them sell out within 10 minutes. I've sold about 35 to 40 of them. Every time I've had some, I sell out within 5-10 minutes. No, I will not pick them up for you. So yeah, forget that idea. And if you do have a carrier and think, oh, I'll just set up a buying order, yeah, you can do that, and I can absolutely guarantee you will not be, you know, you won't get a single one sold to you, because there are so many carriers out there that are wanting to buy them in, that even if you offer, you know, the 1000%, which you will have to if you have even the remotest sort of like, intention of having anyone selling them to you. Yeah, players who go into the Maelstrom and pick these things up, they can sell them pretty much wherever they like. The chances of them choosing your carrier are, is slim. But most of the time, and this certainly applies to me, players who are going in there with the intention of picking up spare tissue samples, they are going to sell them from their own carrier, where they will charge the absolute maximum price, and they will still sell out in 5-10 minutes.
Welcome, Commander. Please respect our carrier and fly carefully.
So, yeah,
Request confirmed.
you're not going to get them sold to you, and you have to be staggeringly lucky to find a carrier where you can buy them. So go into the Maelstrom and try and get them yourself. It is worth doing. It does feel great when you succeed. And if you can get 5, then yeah, you're fucking laughing. So there we are. That is how to unlock the well, at least that's how to get the materials to unlock the Caustic shard launcher. Once you've got all the materials, head to any of the rescue ships and you can unlock them there. It is only a one-time unlock. You haven't got to unlock every single one of the things. So
Commence shutdown. Happy to have you, Commander.
yeah, I don't think it's that difficult. There will be quite a few players who will say yes, it is difficult, but I mean, no, it really isn't. I mean, I am not an expert at AX combat or doing anything AX related, and I can do it no problem. So if I can do it, then anyone can. So there we are. Where and how to get the materials, but not the commodity, for your Caustic sink launcher. And it is absolutely worth doing because I find the Caustic sink launcher really is a game changer. Not just for being able to survive in maelstroms, although that was how it was constantly referred to within, in the Galnet articles. It was designed so that you could survive in, within the maelstroms for a lot longer. Yeah, you can, but they are much more useful when it comes to AX conflict zones. They do make a big difference, and as a result, all of my AX ships have them fitted now, and I have 11 of them. So, but it was an absolute no-brainer though. Once I unlocked them, bought myself 11 and slapped them on. Well, actually, I've got them on 9. 2 are still yet to have them added. I dare say I'll get around to that eventually. So there we are. Anyway, how to get the materials and where to get them for unlocking the Caustic sink launcher. Wasn't that fun? Now go away.